Hello, Randy Rain here, and I've had these little guys for quite some time now, and I've been dying to get these things going. It's another TOMY product, of course. It's called the Mini Arcades. We have the Cosmic Clash here, which is a space shooter game, and then we have the Daring Driver, which is a little car racing game. I want to see these so much. There's nothing digital about these. These are all mechanical, much like all the TOMY stuff like this. Only going to do one this time, which is this one. I'm going to save this one for another video. I'm going to show you why real quick, so let's get inside this thing and let me get it fixed and show you what's in there. It's pretty cool. Well, first thing I want to do is show you that it doesn't work. It takes 2 D batteries, or UM1s as they call them. Battery door is missing. We'll have to fix that. Okay, so here's the power button. Turn it on. Got some lights, you can see they light up back there. But yeah, nothing else. That's it. So to answer the question of why I'm starting with this one, to get this thing apart, it comes apart in 2 halves. Well, this sticker covers the seam. And somebody has already tried to fix this thing. And they cut this graphic all the way here and all the way here. My other one, the Daring Driver, is not like that. It's in pretty good shape and hasn't been opened. But this one has. So I'm going to start with this one. 4 screws. And now it opens up. And check that out. That's not a speaker. Well, it kind of is, I guess, but it's a diaphragm. But that's where the sound is made. But it's not an electronic speaker, that's for sure. Okay, I have no idea how to get into this thing, but let's see. This seems to want to come off. That seems to come off. So you have a counter here. This is the shooting thing. And here's the little film that the little spaceships or robots or whatever they are come by. This thing right here makes the explosion, and that comes off. You have these buttons here. Looks like these little buttons and switches and knobs kind of come off. Let's see, what's this? Oh, this whole thing seems to come out of here now. Hey, look at that. I think I'm going to desolder this to make it easier. So they did mark negative and positive on these batteries holders. That's good. So there's the back. You can see the little film strip of the little, I guess there's spaceships. You can see that this is the explosion up here. It obviously goes, there it goes. It's something like that. This piece here comes off, pushing something down there. Lots and lots of stuff on this one. I guess the next thing to do would be to take this section off, which is where I think the motor is. It looks like 3 screws. See what happens when I pull on this. Spring is holding it in place, I can see. But I think that's it, so I'm going to undo the spring. I think I'm going to have to desolder these pieces as well. Oh wait, the motor isn't in here. Look at this belt. It's spinning a big disc, has a diaphragm with this little rod. I know what this is. This is a record player. Let's have a look inside. Okay, so this gear is being pulled by that belt. So I'm going to hold it. See if I can't slide this off. Yep, that is a record player. There's the little needle right there. Well, the needle looks in good shape. The belt looks like it's in good shape. I'm just going to put it back together. So the next thing I think I need to do is get this section off right here. Because I found the motor. The motor's right here. And there's a bunch of gears, and I can see some 10-tooth and 8-tooth gears there, which are probably broken. A little standoff there. That's kind of interesting. There's the thing that pushes that. If I pull this up, what happens? So we're down to this. Okay, well, this has a pin on it and it slides out and that comes out. This thing in the center here, which is the firing mechanism, the little display where the laser or whatever shoots out of it. I've never seen anything like this, so this one's got me kind of stumped. I'm gonna try taking it off here. I don't know what that does. Okay, this, I might try taking this screw out. Something just popped underneath there. So this thing switches back and forth, and there's this arm here. Okay, well those came out. No guts, no glory. Yep, something's still stopping it from coming out. Yeah, there's another screw down there. I see it now. But man, I don't know what the hell this thing is. That's just crazy. Okay, that's not a motor. It's a light. There's a light inside there. How did they think of this stuff? Some little spring, something did something there. Hey, I found the motor. Okay, so I'm going to take this motor out. First thing I'm going to do is check this gear. Will it slide off? Well, kind of easily. Well, it is split, of course. And it's a 10-tooth gear. I have one. It doesn't have that lip on it, though. This is the one I have. It doesn't have that lip, but I don't think it's needed. Okay, next thing I need to do is see if this motor is working. Nope. There it goes. So I'm just going to squirt some WD-40 down in here. Work it again. Turn it back on. That seems to work now. And I'll put this gear on it. So it should go back to here. Okay, there's one gear down and motor working. That had a spring in it. That's the spring that connected to the speaker system. Oh, that moves back and forth this way. Now these little spiral worm drive gears, they tend to split as well, and I can see this one is splitting. This one is completely split, and it does move on the shaft. Then I'm going to slide it off. And I'm going to take my little pair of wire cutters here. And I'm just going to go around and rough up the section here. Just put a bunch of little burrs all over it. So now when this goes on, oh yeah, that's better. Still has the split, and I need to get some of these gears. I think they still make them. This one doing the same thing. Put it back. It's better at least. And there's one more gear I need to check down here. This one has to get moved. Ah, the little satellite gear. See those a lot on TOMY. Well, I can't see it, but boy, this sure slides off real easy. Yep. There it is. Split. Okay, that's a 9-tooth gear. I have one of those. Okay, there's that one. You can go back to there. So I'm going to just put this back. It goes in like this. Okay, there's a lot of gears I have to line up into their holes. So I'm going to see about putting this light thing in back here. Oh, and I bet it connects some way here with this. That little notch. Is it in here? Push you way out of the way. Get out of the way. There, like that. Okay, this is getting complicated. So I got it back together, which wasn't easy, but it's still not working. One of those spiral worm gears in there is slipping on the shaft right here. And as soon as this turns, it pushes it. It's not spinning on the shaft, it's moving up and down on the shaft as it tries to spin this thing. So I gotta go back in there and try to figure this out. So it's this one right here. As it spins and making the other thing turn, when it gets to the hard part, it just starts moving like that. New idea. Okay, so I've roughed it up a little bit more. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some CA glue, put it on the top of that shaft right there. So now it shouldn't slide up. So I've taken this thing apart and put it back together at least 20 times now, at least. And I finally got it together and it working, and God, realize I put this thing in backwards. Yeah, and you gotta take this thing off. I've taken this thing off 20 times at least. Warning, I may start cussing soon. But yeah, this goes like that. Damn it. Get out of my way. Get in there. Piece of crap. And you gotta pick this up and get that over to there, and I plug in the motor. This is the switch, and what it's going to do is push up on this piece right here. And then there's a gear on here, and it has slots all throughout it. And so right now that little worm drive is in one of these slots and just spinning away right here. So when I push this, it pushes on this thing, spins it a little bit, which engages the worm drive, and then it'll spin to the next slot. Push the fire button. You can see it's turning. The light shines through this black, and click. It's done. So when I push again, you can see it moves this thing, which makes this move. Moving that, and bam. Then you got to make sure these wires are not in the way, because this has to tuck up underneath here. There's a whole bunch more damn wires down here that you have to make sure are not pinching in between. You have to pull this little lever up forward so it'll pop into place. And the big screw goes over here because it's going through two different things, and that goes there. And this is broken twice in two different places, so I had to glue that back together. And now I better try this one more time, make sure this thing works. And so I'll do that and click. That looks good, and I think that's right. So you push the fire button, boom, that thing starts turning, clicking, and stop. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, moving on. Okay, there's this piece, and I think this piece went like that. So this thing, the little film strip, has got to go next. You can see that there's little holes all along here, and that's where the little sprocket fits into there. And this gear is connecting to this gear right here. But you can see there's also ever so often there's these like, what, 6 holes? 6 holes, 1, 2, 3, or 5 holes? 5 holes. Yeah, so there's 5 holes, and that's turning this little sprocket right here, which is going to connect to this one. You can see this is like a half section here, and there's the other half section there. That is flipping some lever down there that has something to do with this. So what I'm thinking is what happens is when you hit the fire button and this thing starts turning here, it pushes this one thing out of the way, which allows this to start turning. And if this is turning in the right spot, it's going to push these things together, and that's going to register the something like that. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. That's the registering of the scoring. So, okay, so I'm going to see if I can get this into place. So this piece has to go in that thing, and then this sets down here. So I think that's it, and this gets screwed in here. Yeah, I think that's the way it went right there. I can go ahead and put some electricity to it. And this is the switch right here that powers it on. So when I turn it like that, it's really loud. As you can see, little spaceships going across, lit up. And you have to try to push this button to hit them. See, I'll do that. Boom! Did I get them? Yes. Boom! There's the explosions. Now on to the little record player. Okay, so it just slots into here, and that spring has to connect there. But I'm going to go ahead and just put the screws in. This spring hooks here. So I think that's it. Time for a testing on this. Right, there it goes. It did something. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that works. See what happens if I shoot. Hey, it worked! Okay, time to solder this stuff back. Okay, I'm not going to show it to you, but it does work. Because I need to make a battery door, and I need to redo these stickers here. I have to get these off. And the way I'm going to do it is try with a hairdryer and heat up the adhesive and peel it off. Okay, usually that method works pretty good, but this stuff is actually like really thick, like poster board. It's very thick. It's not just a thin piece of paper. And I'm just going to destroy it getting it out there. So I'm just going to scan it like it is on my scanner. Do that first. Alright, so I have to figure out this battery door here, and there's a little slot there, and I thought that's how you'd get it in there, but I can't figure it out, so I had to do the other method where you cut a notch here so it'll go into place. I don't think that's how it is, but I don't really know, but it's going to work for me. It also can't be fully 3D printed very well, so I had to print it in sections. So then this section here, and then this section here, and I'm going to glue all this together. Put enough here to hold it in place. Now I'll go ahead and fill in. So I'm guessing the latching part goes down here. So I'm going to take a piece of plastic and glue it here. Close enough. Meanwhile, I redid the graphics for the side here after scanning them and cleaning it all up. And I bought some of this stuff. It's like a clear laminate adhesive liner. Alright, let's give this a shot. That'll look good. Since heat didn't get this off, I'm gonna just try some WD-40. Okay, I don't know what glue this is, but they should make the gears out of it. Okay, nothing fun about that. Okay, so I painted my door black, gave it a little light sanding. Good enough. It's time to make a mold of this thing, starting with clay. So I built up the door with some clay. So now I have to build the container part around it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Time to flip it over and do the other side once I dig out all this clay. Okay, now I have to put a release agent on the silicone so it doesn't stick to it. But you do want to make sure you get it all over. That'll work. Okay, so it's time to make this battery door. Just mixing up some onyx fast. Need to make sure it gets down in those pins. I think that'll work. And squeeze. Don't want to press in the center too much because I don't want to smush it down. So while that's curing, I'm going to use my good pair of scissors and cut out these decals. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, not the best battery door I ever made, but it beats a piece of tape on there. Time to put it all together. Okay, it's time for the decals. I just used the 3M Spray 77. Give it a nice coat. Well, there it is, the Cosmic Clash by TOMY. Now, on a difficulty scale of 1 to 10, this is a total spinal tap. It goes all the way to 11.
The numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board.
I finally got it working, and it's good to go. It's because I'm the whiz.
Oh, here's the fact. I'm the whiz.
But seriously, battery door, nice graphics on the side, and in working. So are you ready to look at this thing and get it going? Well, here it is. So as far as the gameplay goes, it's kind of eh. But it's still a very neat product. It's going to look great on my shelf, and I'm glad I have it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more like this, subscribe. I also want to thank these people right here. These are my patrons. If you want to become a patron, you can follow the link below to my Patreon account, or click the link at the end of this video. If you get a certain tier, I'll make you stuff and send it to you. So, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, or night, or morning, whatever it is.
I'm the whiz and nobody beats me.